Hey, what's up everybody? CJC presents WandA, Workouts and Anime, and I figured I'd give you my own personal take on the classic oats and eggs for breakfast. Let's get started. So we are going to start out with our eggs. What we're going to do, we have a little small skillet here. We put a little bit of olive oil, we drizzled it. You can also use cooking spray as well, but I unfortunately don't have any cooking spray, and we're cooking it right now on a medium to low heat. We're going to let the oil sit up, or heat up, not sit up, and then we're going to add our stuff. Alright, to start out, we're going to add our stuff in. We are going to add 1/4 of a large white onion. Let's make sure we don't get it all over ourselves. I think I might have cut too much, but that's fine. Next, we're going to add a cup of baby Bella mushrooms. Make sure you wash them, please. I'm going to add that in. And then we're going to mix it around until it's golden brown. Then we're going to get to the next step. Alright, so once you get everything to a nice color, as you can hear it sizzling, I'm going to bring this over here. Yeah, you can hear that thing sizzling. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add our eggs. Now what I've done here, I've whisked 3 eggs into a bowl. Now if you do have some sort of like allergy or something, you gotta watch your cholesterol levels towards egg yolk, then you can simply use egg whites, perfectly fine. Just make sure you do your measurements. So we're gonna add this in and we're gonna let it sit. Let's bring this here so you can see it being added. When I see it, I can. Just gonna get that all around. Now I do have to say that I definitely added more onions than I would have liked to have added. Realistically, you should probably be adding about half of a small onion, or you can use a whole onion, small onion, because they are pretty small, or a portion of a medium-sized onion. What I did was 1/4 of a large onion. It's pretty large, so you know, make mental notes. You can always play around with it, play test it. But what's great is vitamins and minerals are in abundance in mushrooms. That's why they're considered a superfood. That's why I like to add them in the morning. And of course you're getting some onions, which are great antioxidants as well. So we're gonna let that cook, and now we're going to move on to the oatmeal while that's cooking. While those eggs are cooking, what we're going to be focusing on is the oatmeal, and then put it in the microwave while it's cooking in the meantime. So what we're going to do, I have 1 cup of oats here. We are going to add cinnamon. I don't have a measurement for it. I like to add a ton of cinnamon, so let's go ahead and add. Yeah, I'm a big cinnamon fiend, but it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Alright, so next we're going to add syrup. We're going to do 1 swirl around. I am not going to include this in the nutrition facts in the description of this video because I don't know what syrup you're using, but I am using Log Cabin, and again that's 1 swirl around, so approximately 1 tablespoon. At least it should be. Oh, that's definitely not 1 tablespoon, I'll tell you that much. About 1.5 tablespoons, sure. Next, we're going to add plenty of milk. I don't have that much left, so I will be using someone else's that's in the fridge. Now, personally, what I like to do, I like to have more milk than oat ratio instead of 1-for-1, keep it super creamy. This way, for our next step, it'll mix a lot faster. So we're gonna put this in the microwave for about 2.5 minutes, and then we're gonna get back to the eggs in the meantime. Okay, so while our oats are cooking in the microwave for now, we're going to focus back on the eggs. A great option here, you can add a little bit of cheese. I personally prefer some sort of cheddar jack, mozzarella. You know, of course, I am lactose intolerant, so I gotta make sure there isn't any, otherwise I'm gonna fuck up the bathroom. But you can also add spinach as well. We're not gonna do that in this case, but you most certainly can add spinach. It's gonna taste great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to flip it over, turn it to an omelet, and then serve it that way, because inside it's still a little yolky. While it's cooking, you want to make sure you poke holes in the meantime. Of course, I was recording, so I wasn't able to have that luxury. So what we're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to press it down this way that all the yolk that's left over, the excess yolk, can come out and it'll cook in the meantime. So I'm going to set this up right here. I think that should be good. All right. Alright, so here we go. We're getting this nice golden texture on the eggs. It tastes really nice with the sauteed as I break it in half. with the sauteed mushrooms and the onions. And in the meantime, our oats are going to be ready soon, so we're going to let this sit just for a few minutes longer. We're going to focus back on the oats. Okay, so now that our oats have come out, they're nice and creamy and smooth, what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 cup of frozen berries. I'm using berry medley from ShopRite. Now certain ShopRites have bigger bags than others, keep that in mind. Yeah, so just use this bag, it's bigger. Depending on the ShopRite you go to, we're going to add 1 cup, and then of course we are going to add our protein oats are in the morning, so we're going to have 1 scoop of our Monat protein, a vegan protein. Now remember, if you want to become a VIP member, check out the link in the description box below, because not only will you be able to get a nice vegan protein, you'll be able to get stuff like this, collagen key, and other vitamins and supplements that you'll be able to use. And not only that, but hair products, face stuff as well. So again, if you want to consider being a VIP member, check out the link in the description box below. We're going to add 1 cup of that and 1 scoop of that, mix it all together, and what's perfect is that you do not need to defrost this, as these will actually be defrosted in the oats that are already cooked. Let's get to it. So after mixing everything together, this is what it's going to look like. Now personally, I prefer to add a little more milk. As you saw in the video, I did run out, but I do prefer more milk just because it has more of a creamy texture. This is definitely a little more thick than for my personal taste. But this is what it should look like after you mix everything up, along with the Monat protein. Again, check out the link in the description box below. And then we took out the mushrooms, onions, and eggs. I was just about to say only mushrooms. No, that wasn't the case. We cooked this whole egg thing ourselves. And here we have it. Here's what we have. Now, personally, what I like to add here is a little bit of something. So personally, I've seen a lot of people use hot sauce, ketchup, but what I love using is this guacamole sauce by Hertz. Low cal, only 60 calories, which is great, and no added sugar. So that's perfect. Remember, our added sugar numbers for adults should only be no more than 50 grams per day. So what I like to do here is I'm just going to drizzle this. And again, no measurements for this. Just to keep in mind, what I will not include in the nutrition information will be syrup, because again, it depends on what kind of syrup you use. Milk will also not be included, because I don't know if you are, lactose intolerant, what kind of milk you like, etc. So those will not be included, along with the sauce. Everything else will be included, so the berries, the oats, of course the eggs, mushrooms, onions, etc. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you make this, how it tastes for you personally. I love doing this in my mornings. It makes my mornings more exciting. It's more exciting than just eating oats, protein oats and eggs. It's very boring. Remember, nutrition does not have to be boring. It can be very exciting, and you can still have a healthy lifestyle by mixing up a few things. With that being said, I'll see you in the comment section below. Let me know how it tastes if you make this, and what other recipes you would like my take on.